I'm Brian M. Hazel, and I'm here to get your business funded fast. When banks say no, we say yes. Start now, it's quick and easy. Fill a short form, upload minimal docs, get personalized offers quickly, and receive funds often the same day. Use capital to grow, restock, or payroll. Opportunities don't wait, neither should you. Act now to secure the capital you need. Apply now. Just click the link below or call 301-204-9063. Speak to me now.
Number one is revenue. Number two, deposit numbers. Number three, transfer accounts. Number four is negative bank accounts. Five is negative month endings. Six is altered or modified bank statements. Seven is personal bank statements. And eight is what other MCA positions do they have? These are the main ones. There are a few other things they talk about, but I just want to quickly go over each one of them with you. Number one, let's talk about revenue. Especially when we're talking about these trucking companies and that sort of thing, minimum revenue is going to be $5,000 a month for the bigger funding. Otherwise, it's going to go to giggle. There really isn't any exceptions. I mean, you can say that the guy had 100,000 this month and this past month, and the month before that he had 50,000, and they had zero. Well, that zero is not going to allow them to move forward because there's a reason he had that zero. We need to know what that reason is. Now, let's just look at these three bank statements of January, February, and March. You got January at 7,600. Well, that's a pass. February at 12,000. That's a pass. 4,900. That's a decline. There's no way we're going to be able to get these folks funded. Their underwriters don't have the capacity, I think, in their minds to look at logic sometimes on this. It's just, this is how it is, and this is how it's going to be, and they stick with it, and that's what they're hired to do. But let's look at 3 months of bank statements on revenue of January, February, and March, where January was 76,600, February is 121,000, then you got March, you got 20,900. So the final month there, 20,900, they dropped a significant amount. What we can't have you doing is telling the client, oh yeah, we're going to get you $120,000, because we're not. There's a reason for that drop, and we got to find out what that reason is. They're going to take those 3 months and probably do the average, but they're going to look real heavy about why did that $20,900 ever occur? Why was it not at least 76,000? So those are some of the things that they're going to look at. And so there's no guarantee when you have this kind of a drop in revenue that they're going to even use the average. They got to find out if that 20,000 would have been in January, we wouldn't even be having the conversation. Number two are deposit numbers. Our lender partners almost always require 3 to 5 deposits every month. The exception is kind of when we do a paper. Sometimes they judge each file without looking at the actual number of deposits, but almost every lender likes to have at least 3. The reason is you may have, let's just say you're doing 40,000 a month and you got 3 deposits, but one of those deposits is 70% of all the deposits. What happens if that one client quits on you and you lose a contract with them? Then you're not going to be able to pay this back, and that's their logic in their own minds. You and I don't have the same logic as their logic sometimes. But I can promise you what I do and my team does, Brad and I are great at this. We find out the reason for the number of deposits being only 1, 2, or 3. Is there a lot of are they getting paid 1 or 2 times a month with their credit card processing, stuff like that? Transfer accounts. These are real big and confuse a lot of new brokers that think that when you transfer money from one of your accounts into the other, that counts as revenue, and it just doesn't. A transfer account's an account owned by the client that has continuous deposits going into the main account that we're using for underwriting. These can be personal or business accounts, and we require that the client send us a copy of the last 3 months of bank statements on these accounts if they're business accounts. If they're personal accounts, I just want their last month's bank statement, and then we know it's personal. But anything that goes from one account to the other cannot count as revenue. It is cross revenue from one account to the other. Negative bank days. There are 20 banking days every month, guys, and if the bank statement has on any of the 3 months have 5 to 7 negative bank days, that's not 5 to 7 NSF. You could literally have 50 NSF in a day and not get turned down because it all happened because you had that negative day. But we're talking about right now negative bank days. If you got 5 to 7 days out of the 20 that you can't, the money can't be drawn out of your account, that's 25% of the entire business days of the month. And the lender partner is just not going to process their payments during that time. So they're not going to allow this to go through. So what we tell folks is if those negative days were a month or two ago, we might be able to get it passed unless it was like 10 of them. That's 50% of the month. But if it's in the current month they're in, it's going to be a decline. Negative month endings. Now, negative month ending of a bank statement doesn't always mean that we're going to decline the file. There are going to be other factors that are looked at, such as daily balances and how long was the account negative. If it was just negative 1 day or 2 days, that's not going to be a problem. But ending a negative with, let's say, 10,000 in the negative may not be a problem if you had 1 day. You could have had one check that bounced that was maybe $25,000 that you took from someone. We get all that. We're not trying to find reasons not to underwrite it, but the underwriters are going to look at all of that. So ending a month in the negative isn't necessarily going to decline them. What will decline them is altered or modified bank statements. And I'm telling you, these people are really getting incredibly good at altering bank statements. I looked at one and I knew it was altered, got an $80,000 offer this week. And I called because I know that a couple other underwriters had said it's modified or altered bank statements and they wouldn't go. And it was really hard to tell, but this underwriter said, you know what? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Go ahead and make the offer. So we made the offer, and the client is asked right up front, am I going to have to do bank verification? Because my bank told me not to give anybody access. Well, that was a red flag. I mean, that told me there's a problem here. And then personal bank statements. If they have personal bank statements, they're not going to get funded. They're going to have to go to the gig funding. Now, some of these businesses can't get through their mind, hey, listen, I have a business and I'm using my personal bank account as a business bank account. Well, that's not going to work. And we actually have had business names on the bank account, but they were set up by the bank as a personal bank account. That's hard for you to understand sometimes, but there are two types of bank accounts at a bank: is business and personal. And we know which one's business and we know which one's personal. Just because you have a business name and it's set up as a personal, they're going to have to move it over to a business account, or we're not going to be able to get it funded. And then number 8 is the other MCA positions. A lot of brokers now are thinking that we should be able to pay off 3 and 4 and 5 positions. The maximum positions that we're going to pay off is going to be 2. So the A lenders will never, ever, ever fund a deal that has 3 or more MCAs, and they usually won't fund if you have 1 or 2 with someone else, if it's not paying it off and keeping at least 35% of the revenue in your account. For example, let's say you got $100,000 funding offer with our lender partner. You owe 2 accounts. One of them you owe $20,000, the other one you owe $30,000. So that's $50,000. So if we're paying off those 2 accounts, that means you're going to net out $50,000. Well, that's more than 35%. So yes, we would be able to make that happen. But if you owed 70 on one and 5 on the other, that's 75,000, and we're giving you 100, we're not going to pay them off. It's not going to work because you don't have at least 35% left. So rarely will a lender pay off more than 2 positions. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if they ever will. But the A lenders certainly won't. But it really doesn't matter about the B, C, and D lenders, because they'll take a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th position. Sometimes they'll pay off the smaller ones, but most of the time the multiple positions that you have are going to stay in place and you can pay them off.
You need capital now. A simple 5-minute application. Often approved the same day. Cash in your account when you need it most. Fast deposits, immediate relief. Funding from $10,000 to $2 million. Designed for growing businesses. No collateral required. Fair credit. Okay, no lengthy approval waits. Just a 5-minute form. Our concierge services will guide you every step of the way. Better service, easier approvals, rated excellent on Trustpilot, hundreds of satisfied businesses, flexible credit, only 4 months in business, retail services, healthcare, and more. I'm Brian M. Hazel, and I'm here to get your business funded fast. When banks say no, we say yes. Start now, it's quick and easy. Fill a short form, upload minimal docs, get personalized offers quickly, and receive funds often the same day. Use capital to grow, restock, or payroll. Opportunities don't wait, neither should you. Act now to secure the capital you need. Apply now. Just click the link below or call 301-204-9063. Speak to me now. Better offers, easier approvals, no collateral, fast deposits into your account, 5-minute application, business lines of credit, or simply working capital, fast funding, real results. From retail to healthcare, equipment, inventory, payroll. Fund it today.